Good morning, all. How are you all? I hope you are all fine. Welcome to Gnan Manji online classes. And in today's lecture, we will study about cytoplasm, a part of a cell. In last class, we studied chromatins, chromosomes, genes, and DNA relation between all the four of them. Then, what is nucleus and parts of nucleus and cell wall. Okay, today we will learn about nucleus. So, do you remember what cytoplasm is? Today we will learn about cytoplasm, and do you remember what is cytoplasm is? Cytoplasm is a fluid right inside the cell. All the organelles are embedded in the cytoplasm, and we are going to try and understand the parts of the cell by comparing it to a factory. So here the cytoplasm is a fluid content inside the plasma membrane. The structure of cytoplasm is a jelly-like fluid composed of mainly water. It gives cells their structure. What is the function of cytoplasm? It gives cells their structure and it contains organelles. Okay, so cytoplasm is a fluid right inside the plasma membrane. You know this green dark part is a plasma membrane, and in that there is a fluid that is cytoplasm, and its structure is like jelly like structure, mainly of water, and it has function to give cell their structure, and it has organelles. Okay, write the function of cytoplasm in the notebook. So function is to give cell its shape and contains organelles. Okay, now let's see about organelles. Organelles of the cells. Inside cytoplasm, you can see there are many other organelles. Mainly here we know mitochondria, chloroplast and nucleus. The cell has membrane bounded structure that performs specific function of the cells, and these are called organelles. सेल के अंदर जो ऑर्गेनल्स होते हैं, एक मेम्ब्रेन होती है जिससे एक स्ट्रक्चर बनता है, और उस स्ट्रक्चर कोई स्पेसिफिक काम कर रहा है, स्पेसिफिक फंक्शन कर रहा है, तो उस सभी चीज़ को ऑर्गेनल्स बोलते हैं. जैसे माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया, क्लोरोप्लास्ट, न्यूक्लियस, सभी का एक स्पेसिफिक काम है, तो वो ऑर्गेनल्स है. ओके, लेट्स सी organelles in eukaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells have membrane bounded organelles, whereas prokaryotic does not. जो सेल वॉल होती है प्रोकार्योटिक सेल में, वो किससे बनी होती है? पेप्टिडोग्लाइकन. एंड सेल वॉल जो यूकैरियोटिक सेल की है वो सेल्यूलोज से बनी हुई है. So here in the figure you can see both have cytoplasm, cell wall, ribosomes, cell membrane, nucleus we can see in eukaryotic cell, and nucleode we can see in prokaryotic cell, and membrane bound organelles we can see in eukaryotic cell. So eukaryotic cell have membrane bounded organelles, or where prokaryotic does not have membrane bounded organelles. Okay, in the starting I told you that cell, we will compare that with a factory. So it is easy way to understand. An easy way to understand the cell is to compare it to a factory. A cell can be compared to a factory where each part performs a specific function. जैसे energy production, destroying damaged parts, carrying materials to different parts, protein, lipid synthesis, packing of material, वो सभी चीज़ ये सब होता है, और यही सभी चीज़ फैक्ट्री में भी होती है. कैसे? नाउ लेट्स लुक एट द पार्ट वी विल लर्न अबाउट सो फार. तो पहले सेल में सेल वॉल होता है जो बाउंड्री वॉल होता है, और वो सेल को प्रोटेक्ट कर रहा है. सेम वेज इट प्रोटेक्ट्स द सेल लाइक द वॉल प्रोटेक्ट्स द फैक्ट्री, राइट. अभी प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन से इज एन मेम्ब्रेन विच अलाउज some particles or some cells to, or some synthesis material to go inside and out of the cell. So cell membrane is like a main door or main gate of the factory. It controls that what enters and exits in the cell. Okay, cytoplasm. Let's compare to now side. Cytoplasm is a factory floor, and organelles, which is contain it is in content of an cytoplasm, which is inside the cytoplasm, are the workers and the factory equipment on the floor. So cytoplasm is an floor. It is an whole area, like which factory has an area, and in that we kept all the equipments or all the necessary products and workers. Likewise, in cytoplasm, here we have all the organelles. Okay, and the nucleus is the boss. All this everything is controlled by the nucleus. So where controls all the activity of the factory also is the boss. So here nucleus is the boss. So we will take a look at each of the different organelles for the new few lessons. First is endoplasmic reticulum, ER. We can say in short ER, endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, the first organelle we will be looking at is the endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum ER is like an assembly line or an conveyor belt of the factory. In the figure of cell, you can see the blue color cell organelle right here. It is like a belt, like a structure, conveyor belt or assembly belt, like a structure of a factory. The structure of endoplasmic reticulum is like tubules, long tubes or long bags. It is basically a large network of tubes and sheet bounded by the membrane. ये endoplasmic reticulum है उसका shape. In the first part here you can see it is a tube like structure which is very smooth, and जो पीछे वाला भाग है जो लंबा लंबा सा दिख रहा है वो बैग टाइप स्ट्रक्चर है which is rough. So it is basically large network of tube and sheets bounded by the membrane. जो ये sheets जैसा दिख रहा है which are oblong bags, and tubes are structured like long tubules. So structure of endoplasmic reticulum is similar to the plasma membrane. It contains lipids and protein. जैसे plasma membrane में जो structure होता है same structure endoplasmic similar structure मिलता है endoplasmic reticulum में, और it contains lipids and protein. So, and direct location of endoplasmic reticulum, it is connected to the nucleus, so it will be nearby the nucleus. In the here figure you can see that it is at the end, each part are connected with each other, and at the end one part or two parts are connected with nucleus. So it will be location of the endoplasmic reticulum is connected to the nucleus and near the nucleus, so it can be connected. Now, what are the function of endoplasmic reticulum? There are three main functions of ER. First is protein synthesis, lipid synthesis, and transport of material. We already know that endoplasmic reticulum it contains of lipids and protein. So its function is to synthesis the protein, to synthesis the lipid, and then to transfer all the synthesis material to other parts. Alright. So what does the protein synthesis do? To build various cell organelles, जो बाकी का cell organelles है वो build करने का काम protein synthesis का है. Then lipid synthesis to build and repair plasma membrane. जब भी plasma membrane में कोई तकलीफ हो, कोई repairing की ज़रूरत होगी, तब वो plasma membrane को रिपेयर करेगा लिपिड सिंथेसिस से. लिपिड जो होता है कंटेंट होता है लिपिड और प्रोटीन दोनों में, तो उससे ये काम हो रहा है. एंड थर्ड इज ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ मटेरियल फॉर वेरियस बायोकेमिकल एक्टिविटी. जो मटेरियल है उसके पास उसको ट्रांसफ़र करना है बायोकेमिकल एक्टिविटी के लिए. ओके, देन टाइप ऑफ एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम. There is rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. I first already told you that this tube-like structure are smooth. So they are smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and backside the structure are rough. So that is rough endoplasmic reticulum. So, if we see the difference, so ribosomes are here attached to the surface of rough endoplasmic reticulum. This dot-like structure on the backside of the endoplasmic reticulum is ribosomes, and it is attached to it. That's why it make it rough. And here no ribosomes are attached to the surface. That's why it is smooth. And we know that ER contains protein and lipid. So rough part contains involved in protein synthesis, and smooth part is involved in lipid synthesis. Okay, we will now take a quick summary on this PDF. Endoplasmic reticulum we saw about its function, location, and all the parts. And in that, first endoplasmic reticulum, its shape is like conveyor belt. Then its structure has two parts: long tubules and long oblong bags. And tubes are network of tube, and sheet are membranes. And has a similar structure to the plasma membrane, and it contains lipid and protein connected to the nucleus. And it has three functions: protein synthesis, which will build the cell organelles. Then it will second function is lipid synthesis, which will build or repair plasma membrane. And third is to transport all the materials for biochemical activities. And we saw two types of endoplasmic reticulum: SER and RER, smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. And the main difference is mitochondria are attached to rough endoplasmic reticulum, and no mitochondria are attached. So it is smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and protein synthesis is involved by rough endoplasmic reticulum, and by lipid synthesis is organized by smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Now let's see practice question number 6. Which of this is not related to endoplasmic reticulum? And options are: it behaves as a transport channel for protein between the nucleus and the cytoplasm. We know that endoplasmic connected with the nucleus, so it will become a channel. It will transport all the materials, and it transport materials between various regions of the cytoplasm. We know that transport material for other biochemical activities, so this is also true. And it is a site of energy generation, and it can be the site of some biochemical activities of the cell. D is also correct, so the left one is C. It can be the site of energy generation, which is not in endoplasmic reticulum. So answer is C. Second question, differentiated between the rough and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Why is the endoplasmic reticulum important membrane for biogenes? Okay, rough endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes are present, and in smooth, no ribosomes are present on the surface. And protein synthesis is done by rough endoplasmic reticulum, and uh, lipid synthesis is done by smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, the second question is: why is endoplasmic reticulum important for membrane biogenesis? Okay, what is membrane biogenesis? Membrane biogenesis is the process of formation of biological membrane. Membrane biogenesis is a process of formation of biological membrane, and it is involved the synthesis of cell membrane with the help of lipids and protein. And we know that endoplasmic reticulum is responsible for biogenesis membrane because it also contains lipid and protein, and that will help in the formation of biological membrane, which is membrane biogenesis. So endoplasmic reticulum therefore perform a vital role in membrane biogenesis by providing essential liquids, lipids and protein for the process. So that's why it is very important for endoplasmic reticulum to perform membrane biogenesis. So basically membrane biogenesis is just a process of बायोलॉजिकल मेम्ब्रेन, और उसको बनाने के लिए बायोलॉजिकल मेम्ब्रेन बनाने के लिए उसको लिपिड्स और प्रोटीन की ज़रूरत है और वो एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम के पास है, इसीलिए इट इज़ एन इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ biological membrane biogenesis. So now we learned about cell organelles, specifically about endoplasmic reticulum, and functions are to synthesize proteins and lipids and to transfer the material. So now we will learn about other two organelles, which is Golgi bodies and lysosomes. Okay, Golgi body and lysosomes. Cell as in factory. We learned about different organelles in the cell. We also compared the cell to a factory. Golgi apertures. This part here, this pink part is Golgi apertures, Golgi body. The Golgi apertures can be compared to a warehouse of the factory because they package and transport substance to the desired location in the cell. Like warehouse transport, they package all the system and transport them to the different places where it is necessary. In same ways, Golgi body also packages the thing which is needed and then it transport to the desired location in the cell. So Golgi apparatus, the structure is like this. Here in the figure you can see, and are membrane bounded organelle. This is also a membrane bounded organelle. It has a membrane outside. Okay, so the structure of Golgi apparatus. Golgi body consists of a series of flattened stacked pouches called cisternae. जो ये पाउच लाइक स्ट्रक्चर फ्लैट पाउचेस सभी साथ में रखे हैं ऐसे लग रहा है, and that is known as cisternae. Golgi body consists a series of flattened stacked pouch called cisternae. Endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi body. This membrane have connection with the membranes of the endoplasmic reticulum. The material produced by the endoplasmic reticulum is modified, packaged, and transported by the Golgi body. Let us see how. First, the protein is produced in the endoplasmic reticulum, then protein enters in Golgi body. The modification takes place in this Golgi body, and then modified protein is released. And then protein package is vesicles and the function. So, how this work? First, First step, when protein is produced by endoplasmic reticulum, it synthesizes protein and then it is entered in the protein is entered in the Golgi body. Then it will make some modification and it will enter the Golgi apparatus, and then modified protein will be released from the Golgi body, and then protein packaged is vesicule. So what is the function of Golgi body? Protein molecules, Golgi apparatus, and modified protein. So Golgi apparatus can modify the proteins and lipids synthesized by the endoplasmic reticulum. For example, the addition of phosphorus to molecules happens in the Golgi apparatus. So मेन फंक्शन क्या होता है, जो प्रोटीन एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम बनाता है उसको थोड़ा मॉडिफाई करना है और मॉडिफाई करके पूरे सेल को भेजना है, वो काम मॉडिफिकेशन का काम गोल्गी बॉडी करेगा. सो पहले लेट्स टेक एन क्विक समरी कि एंड ईआर वो प्रोटीन प्रोड्यूस करता है, फिर वो प्रोटीन गोल्गी बॉडी में एंटर करता है, फिर वहाँ पे मॉडिफिकेशन होता है, फिर जो मॉडिफिकेशन होता है वो रिलीज हो जाता है मॉडिफाइड प्रोटीन, और देन वेसल्स ट्रांसपोर्ट द प्रोटीन, और फिर जो वेसल्स होता है वो प्रोटीन को ट्रांसफर करता है. So it packages the material made by ER into membrane bound sacs called vessels to transport them to the various parts of the cell. So what is the function of apparatus, Golgi apparatus in the notebook? It packages materials produced by the endoplasmic reticulum into sacs called vessels, and these vessels transport them to the other parts of the cell to form lysosome, and it will form lysosome. So now what is lysosome? Another important organelle is the lysosome. It can be compared as a waste disposal system in the factory because it eliminates worn out substance of the cell. The lysosome are membrane-bounded sacs filled with digesting enzyme. They are formed by Golgi apparatus. What is the function of lysosome? Lysosome contains digestive enzyme made by rough endoplasmic reticulum. जो रफ एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम है वो लाइसोसोम कंटेन कर वो डाइजेस्टिव एंजाइम करते हैं जो लाइसोसोम को चाहिए and that are the waste disposal system of the cell, and they help the cells get rid of the foreign materials such as bacteria and all organelles. And lysosome break complex substance into simpler substance. डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम होता है तो उसमें हमको पता है कि जो कॉम्प्लेक्स सब्सटेंस है उनको सिंपल सब्सटेंस में कन्वर्ट होता है. So lysosome is also a digestive system, so it breaks down complex into simpler, and it will work as a disposal system of the cell because they remove all the materials that is not required for the cell such as bacteria or old organelles. And this lysosome contains one enzyme which is made by rough endoplasmic reticulum. If the cell is damaged, the lysosome may burst and enzyme may digest their own cell. So lysosomes are known as suicide bags. Okay, so what will this cell do? If some cells are damaged, then lysosome will burst themselves, and then enzymes may all the enzymes may digest their own cells, and then lysosome. So that's why it is known as suicided bags. Okay. What is the function of lysosome? It will digest all the worn out organelles, food particles such as bacteria and virus which are not necessary for the cell, and old organelles also it will eat. And other second part is it are also known as suicide bags because when the cell is damaged, the lysosome bursts and enzyme digest the cell, effectively killing it. Like it will eat itself when the cell is damaged. Now let's see practice question number 7. Which cell organelles plays a crucial role in detoxifying some of the poisonous and drugs in the cell? Smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Lysosomes are manufactured by Golgi body or Golgi apparatus. And why lysosomes are known as suicide bags of the cell? Because if the cell is damaged, the lysosome will burst, it will blow out, and then all the enzymes will digest the cell. In short, it will kill itself. What would happen to the life of the cell if there was no Golgi apparatus? Golgi apparatus plays an important role in packing various substances for further use of the storage, and then if there is no Golgi apparatus, various substances will not be in the position to transform proper forms for the further use. Certain substances like protein and lipid are important for the formation of plasma membrane, and hence if there is no Golgi body, the formation of new cells during cell division will not take place. If Golgi apparatus नहीं होगा तो प्रोटीन और लिपिड का जो मेन मॉडिफाइड वर्जन वो पूरे लाइसोसोम जो ट्रांसफ़र करता है पूरे सेल में वो नहीं आ पाएगा, तो फिर सेल डिवीजन के टाइम पे सेल का न्यू फॉर्मेशन नहीं होगा विदाउट Golgi body. Imagine you are an pancreatic cell. You have to make digest proteins and transport them to small intestine to break down nutrition from food. How will the nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, and lysosome help perform this? If we are a pancreatic cell required to produce digestive proteins to break down nutrition from food, then this is how of the component would help us. First is nuclear, ear, Golgi apparatus, and lysosome. Nucleus, the information to form digestive protein is present in DNA and which is located in the nucleus. So the function of nucleus is to store to form the digestive protein. जो प्रोटीन डाइजेस्ट होता है उसकी इंफॉर्मेशन फॉर्म करना है डीएनए से, और वो न्यूक्लियस में प्रेजेंट है. और एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम का काम क्या होगा तो वो फॉर्मेशन ऑफ प्रोटीन, और फिर गोल्गी बॉडी उसको मॉडिफाई करेंगे जिससे वो वर्किंग फॉर्म में आ जाए, और लाइसोसोम है वो सभी न्यूट्रिशन को डाइजेस्ट करेंगे क्योंकि उसके पास डाइजेस्टिव एंजाइम है. Okay, last question. The endoplasmic reticulum is connected to the nucleus. The Golgi apparatus is connected to endoplasmic reticulum, and the lysosome is near the Golgi apparatus. Why do you think there are the arrangement in particular order? The nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi body, and lysosome are present in the arrangement because the output material of one organelle acts as an input material for another. मतलब जो एक में से रिमूव हो रहा है वो दूसरे के लिए स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट है. जैसे एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम में से प्रोटीन रिमूव हो रहा है तो फिर वो गोल्गी बॉडी में एंटर कर रहा है और मॉडिफाई कर रहा है. फिर जो मॉडिफाइड प्रोटीन है वो रिमूव हो रहा है अगर गोल्गी बॉडी में से, तो फाइनली वो लाइसोसोम उसको स्टोर करेगा और जो डाइजेस्ट है वो रिक्वायर्ड सब्सटेंस के लिए उसको यूज़ करेगा. सो वन पार्ट इज़ the output material, and that part is for the another organelle the input material. So here we completed today endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi body, and lysosome, and two practice questions. Practice question number 6 and 7. In tomorrow's class we will learn mitochondria, plastids, and vacuole. Next class. Okay, that's it for today. And write practice question number 6 and 7 in your notebook and send it to me as an homework. Thank you all and have a great day.